landmark visit? The fact that there was a private one-on-one dinner between the president, his wife, of course, and our prime minister.
Look, I've been a career diplomat, and you know, once you're a career diplomat, you don't cease being one. So forgive me if my words to describe our distinguished and honorable members of the opposition are somewhat guarded. But I'm reminded of something that Hillary Clinton had once used as a term to describe some political opponents. I won't use that term. You can look it up yourself. Look, this is not just a landmark visit. This is something bigger, much bigger. Let's take the individual components. Our prime ministers have been to New York earlier. They have addressed the General Assembly. This was something much bigger than that. You know, the gathering on the lawns of the General Assembly brought together diplomats and citizens from 135 countries. Okay. Now, I saw a picture by my friends in the opposition who are hyper these days. I don't know whether the term hyper is good. Another term that came to my mind was Bernal moment. But I thought that 135 countries represented on the lawns and on the stage, and who are the people who welcomed him there? In New York, quite apart from the General Assembly lawns. I mean, you had Germaine Greer, you had Richard Gere on his left. You had an assortment of who's who there. And whom does he meet? The heads of the most iconic companies, thought leaders, the creme de la creme of New York. They all turn out to welcome him. Then he goes on from there. By the way, this 135 countries there is, I think, also a record of sorts. I want to check it up, but I think it is. Then
Guinness Book of Records.
Yes, it is.
That's why I claimed
Yeah, no, somebody sent it to me. I just like to check my information, unlike the opposition members. When it comes to yoga, oh no, yoga is not you. Yoga is civilizational, old Indian. We have been doing yoga. Panditji also did yoga, so they dug up a picture of Panditji. We welcome that. We welcome what you do in the confines of your bedroom or your gym room, standing, doing a headstand. But here is a person who has taken yoga first through a resolution in the General Assembly. The resolution was, I think, passed by something like 180 countries or co-sponsored by 180 countries. I'm even forgetting. And that was just 8-9 years ago. Today we celebrated the 9th Yoga Day yesterday. He has successfully taken something which, it is part of soft power, but it is something much more. It is something which is good for the well-being of the world and is being so acknowledged, and he has taken it to a level where it has got what I called yesterday a near universal acceptance. Look, there will always be some skeptic. No, isme kya ye asan ye hai, ye asan
so
wo
the cynics are also saying that the world is being nice to the Prime Minister and to India because there is going to be a quid pro quo, which means that we are going to get some very good sweetheart deals from America, good business.
Where is the quid pro? Then we are getting everything. They're taking our yoga and also giving us engines, and they're also giving us green energy. They're also going to give us drones. So it's win-win in that case. No, look, these guys, look, in any diplomatic relationship, Pallavi and I've been at it for a long time. During my career, I had the privilege of hosting 6 or 7 heads of state or government visiting, presidents, mostly prime minister. I have never seen anything like this. And I say this with a degree of, you know, deep respect, humility on behalf of India, that India is there on the world stage. One of these guys, you know, morons that you have here, partially educated, what they will do is they will show somebody showing a poster. But there is an agenda-driven world out there. Their
so those protests and those who are not taking part and boycotting his address are not.
No, hold on. They just sent their special emissary, the leader of one of the parties, with so-called youth power with him, even at the age of 50. You sent him there, he canvassed. Maybe 1 or 2 people whom he spoke to, you know, will decide not to. But don't forget, so they are part of an agenda. There is part of an agenda.
So what you're suggesting it is Rahul Gandhi, you may have stoked.
No. Rahul Gandhi is not important enough. Rahul Gandhi is not important enough. Sometimes his interests converge. I mean, Soros has an interest I don't know whether he's, behind some of it. But listen, it's always nice. I don't know how many, what's the composition of the US combined together, 545 or so, I think approximately in both houses of the Congress. If one or two people don't come, it's a nice thing.
Okay. And now let me just go back to the opposition because I'm going to ask you some quick 2-3
No,
questions.
can I complete the substance of the visit? I mean, I say this out of complete respect. It's always customary when heads of state and government visit for presents to be exchanged. Okay? I'll just focus on one present. That 7.5 carat
Green
green, you may know, nobody may be under, they might think it's the flawless, texture of the diamond is green. No, it is eco-friendly produced. How is it produced? Through solar energy. Okay? And 7.5, 75 years of India's independence. All right? And it is Atmanirbhar. Look at the thinking that has gone behind, the thought that has gone behind each small aspect, and given in a Kashmiri paper mache box. Okay? And you look at the other gifts, traditional, a family which has been in the business for 5 generations has handcrafted that silver. I'm saying to you that India is taking this very seriously, and from what I can see, the United States is taking it very seriously. So you've got 3-4 planes on which it is playing on. One is the entire world situation, the Indo-Pacific. Then there is the strength of the economic relationship. Then there is the, interactive processes, which is democracy, people to people, etc. And finally, 2 countries, 2 the largest democracies, the US, the largest economic entity, and India on its way to being the 3rd largest economic entity, collaborating for a global peace, security, public good. If this is not win-win, tell me what is.
Okay, now let's talk quickly about opposition. I'm going to just ask you 2-3 more questions. Even when the Prime Minister is abroad, he is going to be interacting with the media over there. The opposition is holding a meeting in Patna, and their aim is at 2024 defeat the BJP one. And the second question they're asking is that why is it that the Prime Minister is going to interact there, and why doesn't he speak here, and why is he silent? Your thoughts on that?
No, I don't know. I think, forgive me, I'm not saying you are saying this, but some of what you're quoting is absolutely from the theatre of the absurd. What the Prime Minister should stop visiting abroad because there are developments here, and most of these developments are dictated by this group of people you call the opposition. No, Prime Minister is on a state visit. He has been given the unique honor of being one of very few people in the post-war history of addressing both houses of the US Congress. I mean, the only 2 other people I can think of are Winston Churchill and Nelson Mandela, and the Prime Ministers of Israel. But that's a very different relationship. I can't think of anyone else. And he's going there, he's promoting India, Atmanirbhar. This lab developed 7.5 carat diamond. Do you know the significance of that? All these years we have been told कि उस diamond का certificate ये वहाँ से निकला था, वहाँ से polish हुआ था. Do you know the change this is going to bring about in terms of even diamond commerce? And this is India. This is India coming forward. Secondly, when he takes yoga there, and how is the US state system receiving him? Private dinner by the Bidens. Private dinner by the Bidens. A state dinner which is bigger than anything I've heard of. I mean, I was Joint Secretary in the Americas there, and 3 times or 4 times the number of people still wanting to get in. So the opposition is saying what? They're having a meeting. That meeting was planned for a while.
So the opposition meeting doesn't unnerve the BJP?
No, be serious. Be serious. No, be serious.